What's up?
Back! Oh,
Hey, everybody.
back. We are back, baby. We are back. Welcome back to War Games News Radio for more Fallout 2 D20 Live. My name is Ryan Danger, and these are our players. Say hello, players.
Hello, players.
Hello. I see what you did there. Very good. We are back with the Season 3 premiere of our Fistful of Neutrons series that we are calling The Ghoul, the Bad, and the Ugly. And we are so glad that you could join us on this adventure. If this is your first time here, then welcome. If not, I see we got a lot of good familiar faces in the crowd. Fumbles, always a pleasure to see ya in there. Who else we got? We got Scott Pfeiffer joining us live for the first time. Thanks for tuning in there, Mr. Scott. If you, I2P is going to pop in and check things out later, but it's great to see some new folks and old popping into the chat. We're going to get rolling here with this story, and we're using the Fallout 2 D20 system by Modiphius Entertainment and also Fantasy Grounds as our virtual tabletop, which you will see in the center of your screens. Oh, here we go. Ooh, over there. Ooh, so fancy. And if you want to get your hands on any of the above, you can check out the links in the description down below. And for the first time ever, fun thing to share, if you on all of your future purchases on the Modiphius web store, if you use the code WGNR10, WGNR10, you will get 10% off on all of your future purchases, which is super cool. We just got into their affiliate program earlier this month.
We made it to the big time, boys. We sold out. We went full fucking corporate. You changed,
it only
man.
took me bugging them for like 5 years, but it finally happened. So on any of your Fallout miniatures, game books, any of that stuff you want to get going, WGNR10, you'll save 10%, and you will help us get a little bit of kickback there as well, which is super cool. Before we jump right in, let's roll around the horn and reintroduce our lovely cast of characters here, or our cast and their characters, more accurately. Let's start with, we'll start with, the one we haven't heard from in a while. We'll go with Justin, our former overseer in Season 2, as well as the character of Yuri Andropov. Justin, how you doing, and how's Yuri on this fine day?
Yeah, hi, I'm Justin. I'm your recently deposed overseer, and it feels so good. I am excited to just play the damn game again. It's going to be a lot of fun. Yeah, I play the character Yuri Andropov, a ghoul caravaner, a roaming priest, and a one-time ex-KGB spy. But he's turned that all around. He's a ghoul with a heart of gold, and he's been separated from his very good friends, Johnny and Grant, for the better part of a year. So I am excited to get the band back together for sure.
Yeah, we got the original cast. This is like getting all of the Avengers back assembled here. I'm into it. Moving on down the line, we'll go to my bottom of my screen. We'll go counterclockwise here, and we'll go with Grant and the Rifleman. Grant, what are you up to? What's the Rifleman up to? And what's the Rifleman's favorite beverage in the Wasteland? Is he a Nuka-Cola or a Sunset Sarsaparilla guy?
It's Sunset Sarsaparilla all day long. Of course it is. Nuka-Cola is okay, but it's not my fave. It's been a weird long year for Rifleman. Had a little oopsie with a little frag mine, and I inherited a suit of power armor frame that helps me get around now. I made a whole bunch of new friends. I climbed the ranks in the Coyotes.
Sure did.
Tried to help some folks out. Happy to be home in Longmount. It's a big deal for Grant to feel like he's got somewhere to be, because he spent most of his life just wandering around lost. And his circle of friends has grown into a whole community. And so he's in a very different place now than he was at the start of Season 1. That can't be understated or overstated. That can't be overstated.
Sure, yeah.
Yeah.
Or under.
Yeah. It can't be stated. It doesn't
Can't
matter
be
where
stated
it
enough.
is.
It's stated.
So
our guy has
very
had
excited.
An arc. Yeah.
He's getting a little nervous now, though, because lots has gone on in Colorado, and now he has something to lose, and he didn't before. So his everything's shifting for the
Haunted
right for him.
past.
My demons! Oh, they're coming home.
Oh,
They're coming
those
home
demons.
to roast. Speaking of demons, we're moving on down the line to our resident luckiest, duckiest demon in the wasteland, Raj and Johnny Bottlecap. Raj, how you doing, big guy? And how's Johnny on these fine wintry days in Colorado?
Hi, Raj. I'm doing so well, tremendously well. Thank you for asking.
Tremendous.
Johnny, he is a different man from the Johnny that his lighthearted, upbeat personality was kind of, after last season, it changed him. So he's kind of taken on a little bit of a different persona.
You went through some shit.
He went through some things. He was the subject of this mass ghoul cloning. Like, he had to kill multiple versions of himself, and he got exploded on a train bridge. Like, just all sorts of stuff
Expand on
happened to him.
Yeah, you've seen some shit. Yeah.
He saw some shit. So he's not like the happy little lucky guy anymore, unfortunately.
Whoever made you go through that is a fucking jerk.
Yeah, what a jerk. Whoever oversaw all of that was just the worst.
What a
Whoever
hack.
mastered that game really fucked your day.
Yeah, so Johnny is a little different. He goes by a shorter, more concise name, John, now. He goes
You have
by
grown up and put away such childish names.
Johnny Bottlecap is now John Cap. And he's a little different than you remember.
Damn.
It's official. Your nameplate has changed to John.
Yes!
Cap.
John Cap.
John Cap.
I'm into it. We are going into a whole brand new wasteland with our same old characters, but a little bit different all the way around. Because if you tuned into our session 0 a couple weeks back, then you know that the gang is getting into the caravan business, and they're going to be exploring the wider wasteland this season. And we're also going to be using rules from the Winter of Adam, the Settlers Guidebook, and the Wastelanders Wanderers Guidebook to expand and build up Longmount. So we're just throwing absolutely everything we can from this game system into this season, because this is going to be our last official canonical season in the Fistful of Neutrons trilogy. These characters will appear later on down the line, still in cameos, one-shots, all kinds of stuff, but this is the one where we're going to say sayonara in some ways to these characters and move on to tell some different things. So we're throwing it all at the wall in this one, gang. It's all coming in, and it's all for you, and it's a huge thank you actually to you guys for tuning in here tonight. It's because of you that we do this and have, like, I think over 200 hours now, maybe.
Jesus
Or
Christ,
over
that cannot
150.
be accurate.
It's over 100. I know that. It's over 100 hours.
Who would listen to over
this
100
sounds-
hours of this dipshittery?
All of you lovely folks, all of the tens or 10 of peoples tuned in tonight.
There are
That is
dozens of
super
us.
Awesome. There are
dozens!
of us. And so a huge thank you for tuning in. We're going to do our best to tell a really fun story for you guys. And another fun, huge shout out and thank you to Bruno Schattler of Fallout Doodles on Instagram for this amazing show poster. Hold on. There it is. That is some beautiful art right there. We commissioned this from Bruno for a season premiere sort of celebration poster. And if you want some stuff from Bruno and Tabletop Doodle, Fallout Doodles for your tabletop games, then go on and check him out on Instagram. He does some really cool work and has a Patreon. It's really cool. So big thank you and shout out to Bruno for cooking this up for us, which was a ton of fun. So,
I'm sure we're going to slap that up on all of our socials.
It's going all over the place. Yes,
you can get a better look at it.
I wanted to wait for today to show it off, but yes, it will be showing up all over our stuff for this. So that's about it. We're going to get rolling. Content warning, violence, mature themes, fucking swears. Buckle up.
Buckle up, Chucklefucks.
Buckle up, Chucklefucks. It's time to go. Because we think you're going to have some fun. We're not going to go to any super weird places, but we are going to raise the curtain on the ghoul, the bad, and the ugly. Wow! Winter, 2283. It's been over 100 years since what we would call Armageddon, but the world still turns. In 2077, nuclear fire consumed the Earth, laying waste to nations and empires. Those who survived did so in great underground vaults. And when those survivors ventured out into the wasteland, they discovered one simple truth. Wares never changes. Yes, wares, not war. Things, commodity, trade, goods, services, barter, deals, haves, have-nots, all of that shit. Society may have fallen apart, but commerce and violence are two things that this new world has in common with the old. And in a wasteland where caps are king, the only thing more deadly than a silver bullet is a silver tongue. Wha-cha! From courier duties, keeping people fed, caravans are what keep the wasteland alive. And I won't hear any different. Many trading settlements and outfits have come and gone since the Great War, bringing new supplies and news where they were needed most, all for a negotiable fee, of course. And it's in one of these trading hubs and boomtowns where we set our scene. This morning, the sun has just peaked over the Rocky Mountains. That orange, purple, blue sort of shade to it as the sunlight shoots across the peaks. It's bitterly cold in the Colorado territories along rural Route 19 in the not-so-tiny town of Longmount. It's been a hard winter, with more radioactive ashfall this season than usual. And as dawn breaks, there aren't as many townsfolk out and about this morning as there normally would be, as the fallout, cha-cha, see what I did there? Comes down like snow, as it does this time of year. It's been a busy couple of weeks in Longmount. Launching a caravan service, the Longmount Trading Company has seen the town's population explode. And after almost a year out in the wasteland, Johnny Bottlecap, the rifleman, and Mr. Microwave returned home with even more stragglers in tow. No one in Longmount quite knew what to think when this old, janky Vertibird appeared in the sky over town, and they were pretty shocked when it landed, and out came the three wayward adventurers. Eugene Many Shields and the people of the land gave you all a ride back home to town as a thank you for helping defeat the children of the Atom, and he did so in the Rosalind, the pre-war Vertibird that you helped recover for them. And following the battle, some of the settlers from Anthony's Refuge also made their way to Longmount on foot in search of a better life in a new wasteland. It took a couple more weeks for Titus, Fina, Ingrid, Blair, and the others from Anthony's Refuge to make the trek by foot, but their arrival just a few days ago kicked off a wild weekend of celebrations here in Longmount, not seen since the defeat of the dastardly bandit, Honest Abe. There was a Radstag barbecue, bonfire, square dance, and despite the frigid cold, the people sang songs and raised toast to their returning heroes. But as dawn breaks on this Monday morning, a few townsfolk, nursing their hangovers, bundled up against the ash, start making their way to the watering hole, the only game in town for a good and hot meal. But two of Longmount's residents, unfazed by the ashfall's rads, have already got a jump on the day as they sit quietly at a table at the watering hole patio, waiting for the rest of the town to wake. These morning meetings have come to be a bit of an unofficial start to the workday for the CEO of the newly minted Longmount Trading Company. And with the festivities of the weekend wrapped up, it's back to business for the LTC, where we find Dorman Guns having a little hair of the dog with Yuri Andropov.
That's me.
That's you. Well, are you sure we can't just take another day off? I mean, what's the point of being the boss and owning your own business? You gotta work all the time.
I think, yes, I love this scene already. It warms the cockles of my heart. I think Yuri is already, like, he's got his spectacles down, sort of around on the bottom of his nose, and he's having a discussion with Doorman Guns. Look, Pedro, we have had this discussion every day. If I stop working for one day, the LTC stops being a caravan. You are here to protect me and the LTC. If you could do math, then you could do my job. However, you are more physically gifted than I am. And I go back to like tallying my numbers in my book and like drinking my hot cup of, I don't know, what am I drinking? What do I got?
This was my next question. Was actually going to be, what is it that Yuri is having himself a drink, and what is he perusing over?
I think actually he found a box of tea, he traded for in one of the Caravan exchanges, and I'm balancing the books. I'm doing my tallying numbers in my ever-present ubiquitous ledger that I always have on me, and I'm just kind of tallying.
Green visor on.
Yeah, exactly. I got one of those old tally machines.
Yeah. And
no.
like glasses with smaller glasses on top.
Yeah,
for some reason.
My pince-nez on the tip of my he's just going over his ledger and muttering to himself. He says, "The winters. We are making poor time in this ashfall, Pedro. We need to pick it up. Enola May. We might need to expand and find ourselves some new ramen soon."
Well, it's funny you mention it. Carla mentioned something about Clint the other day. He he hasn't come back yet, and she's not so convinced this wild Brahmin chase of his wasn't exactly that.
Clint has some very strange ideas, but he is his own man. If he returns with any new blood for our caravan in our stables, then all the better. However, it has been much more quiet with him not here, if you know what I mean.
Hey, well, speaking of which, how have the last few weeks for Yuri been? We've seen, last time we saw him, things were a little bit more bleak with the super mutants banging down the door. But what's it been like since getting the caravan up and running and having the gang come home?
I think the moment where the Vertibird landed and his friends stepped out was a huge weight off his shoulders. I don't know if ghouls can cry. Well, big ghouls don't cry, but got him. But I think, son of a bitch, I think that, yes, tears were welling in his eyes when he saw Johnny and Grant and Duke step out of the Vertibird and was just overcome with relief. Not only that his friends had returned and they were alive and well, because he didn't know what had happened to them. Yeah. They just disappeared one day. And but also for the fact that now he has like some backup. I think for the last few weeks he has been like living, eating, breathing Longmount, just trying his best to keep everything together as sort of the de facto mayor CEO sort of thing. But yeah, with the help of Pedro and MacArthur and some of the others who are in town, it was getting by. But I think he was much greatly relieved, I should say, that the boys had come home.
Yeah, like I was saying, right? Get the band back together.
The boys are back
together.
It is a different Longmount than we saw it last. And as Gunn sort of takes your words in and says, "Oh, yeah. Well, hopefully he comes back sooner than later. I mean, more mouths to feed is more mouths to feed, but the guy knew how to make a decent dirty wastelander."
I tap his tin can and say, "Yes, go easy on this degreaser. I still need you to be able to keep it straight."
Yeah, no, it'll be fine. It's just, that Johnny, I don't remember him being able to hold his liquor that well. Anyway. That reminds me, actually, as he gets up to sort of go about his business, I was talking to Bert last night. Said he finally got some leads coming through on the radio tower. Might actually pull this caravan thing off after all. Starts walking down.
Thank you for your vote of confidence. And I go back to my ledger.
When you're ready to get going, I'll meet you at the caravan office. I'm gonna go check in on some of the new recruits. Give them a little rude awakening before morning PT. Guns heads off to make his rounds, and he stops briefly in the town square and plugs one of his ears with his giant meaty hand, and with his other super mutanted fist, pulls down on the ripcord 3 or 4 times with his, oh god, oh, wake up, time to die, and walks out down the road. This kind of gets people going a little bit more than they were out and about in the streets, going about their chores, tending fields. With the ash and snow sort of coming down, it doesn't really do much to dull the excitement of the past few days. People are, having to get bundled up, and, some people got goggles and gas masks on to, avoid some rads, but having new friends and old come into town, we see Longmount sort of for the first time in this new way that we haven't really seen it before. It's a bustle of activity. You've got, guards are heading out on patrols, shopkeepers who've come to town to sort of take advantage of the proximity of the caravan, start opening up their shops for the day, and zipping through the crowd. It's kind of like a Christmas Carol sort of vibe going on right here.
I was gonna say this is very.
Sort of shit.
This is some very quaint ass like Little House on the Prairie shit, and I am here for it.
Yeah, it's what's happening. Get ready for this, because as it's happening through the crowd, our camera gets a glimpse of a furry and fluffy tail, bobbing and whizzing and darting in between people's legs, and we get to see our one and only bestest boy in the wasteland, Dookie Boy, running his way through the stalls of the market. He makes his way through the streets up to the Caravan guard barracks, which is what he's been calling home recently, along with his other pal, the longest shot around, Grant the Rifleman. Grant, how do we find you after a celebratory weekend on this specific morning, and how have you been spending sort of your time since getting back to Longmount and getting used to your sort of new exo situation?
Duke, leave it. Remember what happened last time you ate that? You were sick for a week.
Oh, what's he got in his mouth?
Well,
what you got?
Unidentified insect leg.
Oh, nice. It's like a big old rad roach leg.
Just a big chunk of rad roach he picked up from somewhere. Yeah, so Grant has been sort of unaccustomed to being anywhere for very long, and felt most appropriate to be living in the barracks, kind of helping to get both the caravan security and the settlement security kind of set up, a little tip-top, trying to help out here and there. Helping the new recruits figure out how to load and not aim their firearms at each other, and talking to MacArthur a lot, and probably St. Louis, I'm gonna guess. Checking in with Hondat, see what's needed at the trade outpost, if I can fix things, kind of just trying to be helpful, and weirding other people out a little bit with sayings, very un-rifleman like sayings, like first thing in the morning, taking a big deep breath in a prairie air and saying, "Each new day is a gift," and patting people in the back and then thumping off in my power armor suit. And they're like, "This guy? What?
What the
That's
fuck?
what I've been doing."
Yeah, what's he on, right? Okay, yeah. It's a completely like you got off that Vertibird like the nicest guy in the wasteland after leaving town like an old curmudgeon.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I was like used to chew on thumbtacks and spit them out with my chewing tobacco through my voice box, and now I'm sipping on melon juice with my pinky finger out.
Just, oh my god!
So you
so wholesome.
You've gone like fully like officer and a gentleman now.
Yeah, I cut my hair. I'm absolutely.
John and Grant did a Trading Places.
Yeah, we did.
This is weird. I did not see this coming. I did not see this coming.
I wish you could understand what my life was like for just one day.
Freaky Friday situation.
Or Freaky Friday, whatever.
That was a Freaky Friday.
Yeah,
It was,
same thing. Okay, yeah. So you've been like getting this more. I think we were saying that you sort of settle into a bit of a role as kind of a captain of the guard sort of deal. There's not so really like an official, rank, I would say, but yeah, you, St. Louis, and Guns are kind of the go-to guys in the safety department.
I'm going around and I'm telling the 11-year-old that holds the sword, I'm like, yeah, this is a good sword. That kind of deal.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I'm Helm's Deep sing,
You're
even though
Helm's Deeping?
yeah, exactly.
Getting Helm's Deep in it.
Yeah.
Helm's deep in it. Dookie Boy runs up and gives you sort of a big lick on the face, and drops his rad roach, which is not a great combination for those things to happen. But hey, what are you gonna do? And sort of realize that it's time sort of for you to get moving in the day. You know that there's a stakeholders meeting at the Caravan office a little bit later in the day. But what's the rifleman gonna be getting up to on what's first thing you do? First thing in the morning,
I'm gonna go check the machine gun turrets that we lifted out of the military base back in the old days. I'm gonna go make sure everything is working. I'm gonna check the perimeter fences, check in with the guards. I'm doing my rounds.
Grant's doing the rounds. I like it.
I think while Grant is doing this, Yuri is obviously still on his at the patio doing his work, but like is kind of cocking an eyebrow as you're like clumping around and being like super fucking friendly, like there goes the baker with his tray like always, and like you're like fucking whistling and shit, and I'm just like, what the hell happened?
Like, did they drop
in
Grant
Kansas
or something? Like, what happened to him?
I think that that landmine might have knocked a few wires loose upstairs.
That's a safe assumption.
that is
that had occurred.
He doesn't hate it. He likes it, but it's just fucking weird, man.
Like Grant said, it's kind of weirding people out. It's not.
Like, I'm here for it. It's wonderful, but like, what?
Yeah, it's like when your dad is on antidepressants. I mean, what?
What? Oddly specific.
Okay, so Grant's running around doing some machine gunning, checking, and making sure everyone's sort of
cycling the action on the machine guns and
getting their action Jackson up and going. Moving on from the scene as a sort of camera pans through the streets of town. It does start panning through town and out of town, in fact, because as the ringing of the bells sort of ding, 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 is echoing through the foothills farther and farther away, it carries through the valleys and the fields to the outskirts of town, where our last wastelander to hear the bell is none other than John Cap. It's far from the hustle and bustle of downtown Longmount where we find him. And where exactly is Johnny? Excuse me, John. On this, that's gonna be hard to get used to.
I know, right?
On this cold morning, where exactly does Jonathan lay his head?
So John has like a shed that he stays in on a farmer's field. It's secluded. It's not near anything. No one really asks a lot of questions. They have like a handshake deal. He does some sort of help on the farm, and he gets to stay in the shed.
Ooh, I like
it's
that.
a work barter arrangement. But what amount of time has passed since we got off of the Vertibird till right now?
Since you got off the Vertibird, I'd say it's been 2 to 3 weeks somewhere.
Okay.
Maybe more like a month.
So there's a bit of a routine he's established then.
Okay.
He'll wake up in the morning and head on down to I don't know if such a thing exists, but I might propose that it does.
Please
the
do.
Trading Post, the
Absolutely.
Longmount Trading Company
Yeah.
Trading Post. I assume he's trekking down there and he's looking for jobs of a bounty hunting nature. And he figures that along with all the other stuff that's coming through the Trading Post, information and messages, I assume, would also be traveling through the Trading Post.
Very true. Yes, indeed. Bert's
So
got his
Jo-
radio tower up and running as well. Yeah.
So John is going down to the Trading Post looking for work.
Ooh, okay. Interesting. So you're doing the Caravan stuff, but like on the side.
Yeah.
You're also taking some like
He's got some
maybe-
freelance work.
Freelance, exactly. He's freelancing, moonlighting, whatever you want to call it.
Okay, yeah, but potentially maybe less than above board, or like what kind of work is this?
He's looking for the meanest of the mean, the baddest of the bad. If he or she or they or it
Oh, so
have,
this is like a Dexter situation.
yeah, oh yeah, he's like the
okay.
contract for, you know, whatever. I can't think of a villain's name. Billy the Kid. Right now, let's go.
He's there
We're
now.
doing it.
That's a new big. That's a BBG this whole campaign now. Billy the Kid.
Yeah,
Oh my God,
Billy
you
the
nailed
Kid,
it.
good job.
Got it in one.
Nailed it in one. Got it in
Billy
one.
one. Perfect.
Okay, yeah. So you're
God,
going
your
after
emo-
bad folks.
Your
Yeah,
emo
exactly.
phase is gonna be so insufferable.
It's gonna be interesting. Hey man, in your season you got him hooked on drugs.
I did.
So,
I did.
Yeah,
get
you
him
got
hooked
me
on Chrono.
on like space drugs, man.
You got me hooked on eye drugs, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm trying to. I'm here having to like build this guy back up. There's
You
They
think you
don't
can
have
come out of
dare
there
in the
normal?
wasteland.
this husk of a hero now has to. Yeah, there you go. Okay, Johnny's taking odd jobs and getting out there in the waste. I know you don't have one, but for some reason I'm just picturing John Cap with an eye patch now.
Eye patch.
Yeah. And long hair.
I was about to
Yeah.
say
Oh yeah, no, he's definitely gotta have long hair.
Yeah. It's a John Wick situation going on for
It's not a
sure.
phase, Fury.
Yeah, because you know
Where did you get the prison tats?
Yeah.
prison?
Prison.
Yeah. You mentioned, and you know, Kansas wasn't all sunshine and rainbows. What with the highly invasive experiments, and being the catalyst for like a clone army of ghoul super soldiers. So yeah, this home turf. How's it been being back in Longmount? Because the last time, this is the first time that this is sort of home base for you here now. Same with Grant. Yuri's been here for a year plus, settling with the folks. But this is sort of your first time having a place that's home that isn't the vault. So how's that been, especially considering your new sort of vibe?
It's home for John, but I think part of his whole underlying motivation is a lot of guilt he feels towards Grant's injury.
Ooh.
And he's taking on the kind of work that he figures Grant would have done if he was like, so he's like, I gotta do Grant's stuff because he can't do it, but he's not like saying it, but he also doesn't live in town because he can't look at him because it's
Oh, you want to be like Dad?
yeah.
Oh, but Dad's not Dad anymore.
But Dad isn't Dad.
That's not Dad.
anymore.
Dad changed. Now I'm Dad.
Now you're. Look at me.
Look at me.
Wow.
I'm the dad
I'm
now.
Dad now.
Okay, this is significantly deeper than I thought. Even before we were like wrapping up season 2, Raj was like, I want to do a dark arc. I was like, yeah, we can do that.
Yeah.
It was just gonna be this dark. Oh my god. Okay.
I'm glad. So
Loving
I'm
every
glad
minute
you
of it.
asked because I thought about it.
Yeah.
a little bit.
This is amazing. I'm here for every single second of all
May I?
of this. Please.
Does Rifleman know this?
Not by anything that John has disclosed or said.
Okay. It has John been more distant over the last month, or we're all kind of busy?
He's participating in the groupness and the Longmount Trading Company of it all.
Okay.
He's
You're
present.
just being moody. You're just being
He's
a moody
present. He's
teenager.
present, accounted for, but he's got the odd bruise here and there.
Yeah.
Are you in
Okay.
a fight club?
You're not like
what is it with
jumping
a
in.
sack of oranges?
Yeah.
Like, no.
You're not like throwing your hand up to be like the first one to like go and like.
No, I'm not like, oh, for sure, but like, I'll
Not
show
anymore.
up.
Yeah.
It's like, we need 6 people for this show. Like, all right, here we go.
Got it. Okay. Yeah. Because you're
Neat.
doing some side gigs out there in the wasteland. As you sort of hear this bell as it wakes you and gets you going. You remember? Oh shit! There's a big caravan meeting today. What's John gonna get up to before going to said meeting? Is there any of these side gigs you're working on, or any sort of tasks in town you want to get done before going on into the meeting proper?
No, just go. If I haven't been down to the post yet, let's go down there and inquire about work. I don't know if he has anything ongoing at the moment.
Okay, I like it. Yeah, you ready your gear, your Vault Tech painted custom fucking metal armor with the power fist, your multitude of guns. It's like one of those it's like a Batman scene where lots of guns. Yeah, lots of guns. Yeah, you get loaded up. And make your way out of your little literal shed. I'm gonna say, potatoes, excuse me, Tatoes. In the Fallout universe. Yeah, you live on a Tato farm. And in fact,
in a Tato shed.
This is Tato Tom's Tato farm.
Tato Tom's. You're on Tato Tom's Tato farm.
Yeah,
but it's FOM.
Tato Tom, as you come outside of the shack, fucking like boot kicks the door open, like
just like so unnecessarily badass.
Yeah, and there's just old Tater Tom fucking with a hoe, banjo. Like doing his potatoes. He doesn't even like phase, just like
morning.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, I fucking love that scene. That's such a, just kicks open the door. Everybody go kick some ass. Okay,
Jonathan, Tom,
have a good day. Yeah,
have a good day.
Yeah. And Johnny starts making the trek into town. We'll say, I don't know, what, like a half an hour walk? How far out of town are you?
It's good. 15 minutes. I can get there. If something was on fire, I could run quick enough to help.
Very good. I like that. Yeah. He's within fire. He's within bucket.
I'm within fire distance.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So as you're sort of taking your time walking into town, we'll stroll back over to Yuri. The day is sort of getting going here, official proper. Meeting time's getting close, but you got some time before you have to really start getting down to business. Anything sort of around town, character-wise, you want to get done before going to what did I call it? The fucking the caravan
Trading.
office. There you go.
Caravan office, yeah.
Caravan office.
I think Yuri is very curious about the new arrivals. And I think he just has been spending a lot of mornings sort of around the new arrivals, going maybe checking in with Titus and Ingrid. Like, we don't have to do a scene about it, but like he's just been like kind of trying to acclimatize them to life, ingratiate them, maybe even do some hiring, some low-key, like, we could always use another hand. You only have one.
Hey! Titus. And in fact, if we get Titus and St. Louis working the same job,
you got two one-armed dudes.
We'll have a guy with two hands. Yeah.
We'll have two guys with two arms.
With two hands. I don't remember which arm.
Are they the complementary?
Lost. I think they probably, knowing our luck, they both have like a left arm or something. I'm pretty sure St. Louis has a left arm.
He's gonna be all right. He's lost his left hand.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, okay, I like that a lot. Yeah, you're you're going around sort of taking stock, and yeah, because this was a bit of an unexpected development that having the gang come back in the first place was, a lot of people weren't holding out hope anymore. But then when they said, oh, by the way, there might be some other folks coming, and there was a decent amount. The Anthony's Refuge folks, after the tornado and the Children of Adamness of it all. Radnado.
The Radnado,
there
thank
weren't
you.
all that many of them left.
I was going to ask, how many of these settlers actually rolled into town?
Yeah, enough to complicate matters. Not sort of politically, everyone's kind of like, more the merrier. But it was as far as space, there's not really, people were sort of getting doubled up, as it were, with the amount of new people showing up into town, and now having about 40 new folks showed up as well. So like not like a huge, because like the town's but it pushed the town's population from like 100 to 140. So like things got a little. Actually, tight, and it is wintertime, so it's been so everyone's had to be sort of crammed inside. Otherwise, wasteland, whatever. But leave someone outside in the ashfall, he might wake up looking like you.
Yeah, exactly. May I, Overseer?
You may.
Do we have anything? Any like caps to spend. Not caps. What are they called? I used to run this game.
Action points.
Momentum, action points. Yeah. Do we have any action points?
Yeah, you start off with one per player, we'll say. So you got your pool's half full.
Sure. Can I spend an action point to will something into existence?
Well, you can, and actually, it's a mechanic that it was kind of buried in the core rules, and you can do that, absolutely. But how you do it is you spend your luck points in this system, whereas in Achtung Cthulhu, you use momentum to do it. So you can spend luck, which I absolutely will allow you to do, but it is a much more finite resource.
Yeah, I actually am going to spend one luck point. I think that as soon as these new people showed up, Yuri was like, we have no place to put these people in winter. Winter is coming. And we started, I think we started a project, like we're starting a new housing project.
Hell yeah.
And getting the Anthony's Refuge folks mobilized, hands working, idle hands are the devil's plaything. And yeah, I think, we're going to build some homes for these people.
Fucking putting up the projects.
Yeah,
I like it. Okay, very, very good. Yeah, so it was fantastic. You stroll over to see how the working of the new housing block is coming, and it's like your standard Fallout 4 post-war large house. It's all fucking ramshackle shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So Titus is out there, holding planks with people doing stuff, and you see that just like you said, folks are out doing the thing and getting it going. Sort of as you're chatting with Titus, one of the things he mentions is we're getting a little low on supplies. This is a great start, but we could probably even use another one of these once it's all said and done. Might be worth thinking about if we're gonna be staying for the long haul, that is.
You are more than welcome, my friend Titus. And I jot something down in my ledger and say, give him the one-armed handshake.
Justin's characters talking to each other.
Yeah, he's schizophrenic.
Titus was never real.
Is Titus in the room with you right now? I agree with you. Cramped quarters can bring on disease, especially in the cold. And I jot something down in my ledger, and I said there are many needs, but I will see what I can do. Thank you again, Titus.
Well, we'll keep building as long as we got the materials. We'll keep going. We're just happy to have somewhere to stay that isn't, well, surrounded by crazy people with nuclear bombs. We like it more where the nuclear bombs have already gone off.
Well, I wouldn't count our chickens hatched just yet. And I kind of give him a laugh and say, I will come.
We're gonna die.
We're living in
our
a fucking
existence is pain.
And then I just kind of continue on my way down to the Caravan office.
Cool. Yuri makes his way down to the office, and what's Grant doing at the moment? Anything after your rounds that you want to get done before we jump into the next phase?
Hey, Junior. Yeah, you've done a really good job here setting up your post. Just remember, every day's a gift, and that's why they call it the present.
And I pat the youngster on the back, and I make my way towards the housing project to check in on Titus.
That was fucking weird. All right, and just
Fucking guy.
keeps going to doing his thing.
Oh my god.
And actually, I like that. You guys kind of do a quick pass him by. Grant and Yuri see each other on the street. Talk amongst yourselves.
I shoot him in the head.
Hey, friend Yuri, how are you doing this morning?
Grant.
And I pick you up and give you a large power armor frame hug.
So extra.
Grant, I'm an old man. Please put me down.
Oh, of course. Sorry. So,
what did the people of Kansas do to you? You are very, very different than you once were, my friend.
Well, gratitude turns what we have into enough.
Sweet. Sweet Lord.
Jesus Christ.
I am.
Hallmark card generator.
Yeah, exactly. You have gone full fucking like straight up suburban ass dad. I look down and I see you're wearing fucking Birkenstocks and socks.
I have pleated trousers that are over my
You're wearing
power
like
armor
6
frame.
sweaters for some reason.
Yeah.
Yeah, and fucking you just only talk about your Roth IRA. No, it's
But
go
in
ahead.
all seriousness, it is getting cold. I think there are a lot of mouths to feed, and I know that food is getting a little bit low. I'm sure we can do something about that, but do you have any beads on where we might score some food in the next couple weeks for all of our new community members?
To save myself the breath, I will let you know that I believe at our meeting some of our needs will be addressed, and where we spend our energy will be very important in the coming weeks. We need to build more houses for these people. We need more food for them to eat. Eventually, we need more energy for the winter. There is a growing list of many, many needs. And like, I start flipping through my ledger, and for the first, like,
list.
yeah, for the first time, I think, since you've been back, you see Grant, you see like his age, like you see he's even for a ghoul much thinner than he used to be. You can see, like, I think the year has taken a very hard toll on him. And yeah, you see him, he looks even more ghoulish than he once did. But like, I think you see him now, not so much as a ghoul, but like, he's an old and tired man. So
He's like an old dude.
Yeah. And yeah.
Well, rain or shine, there's always something to be thankful for.
He gives you a very genuine and earnest smile, and he says, I am very, very happy that you have returned, Grant. And I mean that very much. And he places a hand on your pauldron and walks by you and says, I will see you at the meeting, my friend.
I'm choked up, and I kind of like croak out, see you later. And I come on, Dookie boy, and we.
What the fuck is up with this dude, man? You found your feelings.
Yeah,
single tear rolls down my
no, that's not it.
my leather cheek.
Yeah, Tin Man. Sorry, there you go.
Yeah.
Hey, you did take them to Kansas, so
I did take them to
this is on
Kansas.
you.
Yeah.
But
You did that.
Grant, you would go over and lend a power armored set of hands to like lift some like rafters and stuff that Titus asked if you could give him a servo assisted arm with, and once that's done, make your way over to the Caravan office. As you do, you sort of see one Johnny Bottlecap coming up the road behind you. And you two make your way up into the Caravan office, which is like an old barn, like a standard-ass, barn-ass, red-ass barn.
I was about to say, is it red?
Yeah, of course.
Red.
But like weathered like brown now because of the years of nastiness. But it is a barn that has been converted to work as this place. It's been tacked up and patched over the years, 100 years of decay, but it's got good bones and it's in good shape. There's a huge like sort of scrapped together plaque on the outside that reads Longmount Trading Co. It's hung above the door. It's made of like mismatched letters from old neon signs and shit, so it's like all New Vegas-y looking.
I love that.
Yeah, and
I think there's a little smudge on the bottom, and Yuri pulls out a rag and like, and kind of stands back and puts his hands on his hips and like gives it a very proud smile.
Pride in ownership, and just that moment, you see repairman Bert and Ernie poke his head out from behind the sign and say,
I forgot! We have a character named Burton Ernie!
We do.
Oh
we
my
unfortunately
God.
do, yes.
Oh no, very fortunately.
This is what happens when you let Raj name it.
Yeah, this is what happens when you let me do anything.
I love it. Repairman Bert, also known as Bert and Ernie, pops his head from behind the sign. He's got like grease and fucking sparks and shit everywhere. Not too shabby, right? I finally figured out the fucking circulation problem, but we got it here going now. She should be lighting up night and day.
It looks absolutely wonderful, Burton. I can't tell you how much I appreciate this. When I was a ghoul out in the West, I didn't have two caps to rub together. And now I own my own trading company.
Well, I can't say it hasn't been hard work. Between mutants and bandits and wild dogs and everything else you guys have all been through, and now all started over with the old reactor over there. Go figure.
Your services have been invaluable, Bert, and this town is deeply within your debt.
Well, same goes to you, Mr. Yuri, but that debt's going to keep on climbing because we got to get that radio tower boosted if we're going to get more work coming.
I add it to, yes, the radio tower. I add it to the list.
Add it to the list. Yuri makes his way inside. And inside we can see it's, as mentioned, standard barn-ass barn. The interior of it, the main part of it has been converted into sort of like kind of offices. There's a couple desks around and that sort of thing. But at the very back is where the actual Brahmin stalls are. And in that stall, well, in the two large stalls, but in one of them is our good old gal, Enola May, hanging out with her heads blowing in the wind, enjoying some razor grain from a trough. There's a handful of folks milling about, nameless NPCs doing random and nameless NPC shit. But the actual meeting is taking place upstairs in the loft, which has been converted into the board room.
Oh my god. I fucking cannot tell you how much this entire jam is my steez, man. Yeah. This is great. I love this.
Fucking into it. Yeah, you guys head on up, and you can see that the trio of you are the last to arrive. You make your way up to the loft there, and you can see sat there are a handful of our favorite cast of characters. Dorman Gunts, the super mutant bouncer formerly from Boulder City, who now resides in Longmount. Carla, the matron of the Watering Hole. St. Louis, former highwayman with one arm.
Godspeed you, St. Louis.
Godspeed you, St. Louis. MacArthur, the leader of the Legion Remnants, fallen NCR idealist, and just a good old soldier boy. Bert and Ernie, sledgehammer mechanic savant. And lastly is Hondat, the shop boy with a gut full of buckshot, and Yuri's Caravan.
Mistakes do happen.
Mistakes do happen.
They do. This gathering makes up the current employee of the LTC, the board, if you will. There are other folks who are, the caravan guard recruits, and there's Clint, who's fucking feeds the Brahmin and shit if he ever gets back to town, things like that. But this is sort of the core crew, as well as the more or less unofficial town council of Longmount. Everyone's getting settled, and the chattering sort of with excitement and talking over one another as you three pull up your chairs. But the din is broken by the rapping of a hammer on a wooden table as the meeting officially comes to order. Carla kicks this thing off. Well, now that y'all three decided to make it, as chair of the LTC, I officially call this meeting to order. Kung, kung, kung. It's just a regular ass hammer on a regular ass table, but it's a gavel in this house.
Just a claw hammer.
Yeah. First things
Wait,
last.
is that my hammer? No.
Don't ask questions. Bert's like, hey, wait, where'd you get that? First things last, there's been 2 seats empty at this table for too long, and I know I speak for all of us when I say it hasn't been the same without you two around here, Johnny and John, excuse me, and Grant. Try not to dead name you. That said, all y'all done brought us a whole new host of folks from Kansas that we weren't expecting. Got people crammed up 2 to 3 as a room as it is, and all these new Anton's Respite or whatever they're called folks are going to need to stay somewhere.
Refuge.
That's right. Anton's Refuge, of course. More people, less food as well. We know we got the housing buildings going up here, but could always use a little more. Sort of chiming in on what Titus had said earlier. And stockpile. It's gonna start eating up pretty quick. We might be getting close to getting hungry pretty soon. Last on the bad news front, Clint's gone 3 days now. Not sure if he's really had a lead on Brahmin or if he's just looking for an excuse to go and get pissed drunk in Boulder City, but regardless, he ain't around. And it would be kind of nice to have another 2 heads to haul around some of the crap we got going in from all the traders around here. And that's the end of the bad news. Good news front is we've got the radio upgrades working. Thank you, Bert. And we've got contracts coming in, finally up for grabs from people outside of the city.
Thank God.
A couple of these look mighty lucrative to me, but y'all are the brains and the brawn of this operation, so you'll have to tell me what you think. As she points to a job board pinned up on the wall behind Mr. Yuri with these jobs on them that I will send to you.
I just had like in my head canon like the game camera.
Yeah, that's exactly what happens. Yes, exactly that. Jobs, you are now in our group chat, boys. You will see a list of 4 quests, and on your screen, folks. Oh, where? Oh, that's the settlement sheet. Oh, wait.
Oh, where's that job board?
Oh, where's the jobs? Oh, there they are. Oops. In the middle of the wrong place, though. You will see jobs that the gang can choose from. So take a little peruse over that there while I describe to you what is going to be called a new thing in this season called the settlement phase. So this is going to happen when you guys are actually in town and basically like downtime in between your sort of main quests. These quests will come from the job board, which I have just posted here now. There's nothing saying that you can't have, just like in a Fallout game, more than one active quest at a time, but keep in mind that these are sort of designed in some way to pull you in different directions. So it would be difficult to, well, let's just say, I don't know, negotiate a deal with New Pueblo and go to New Canaan at the same time, considering they are both in opposite directions. But there is an opportunity for you guys to have your eyes on more than one prize at a time. So you will be presented with jobs on the job board, which you'll be able to check in. Not at it won't be like a meeting every time. There'll be stuff that you can do. There'll be contracts in there. In the meantime, while you guys are, then choose a quest, go out and do a thing, you will also have a chance to, each one of you, assign one person in town, or a group of people, so to speak, to do a thing. For example, we've got Titus doing his building of the houses stuff. That's a project. If Carla says food is running low, then maybe you guys want to send some folks out scavenging for some food, or hunting up some radstag or something. So these quests are in some ways what will help you meet the needs of the town. But there's other stuff that you can do as well. I encourage you to think outside the box. Particularly encouraging some table talk in these sessions. Talk about what you want to do, how you want to do it. Because once you choose, one of quests that involves going somewhere, you'll have to actually get ready to go. Pack up the Brahmin if that's how you want to get there. If you're taking Enola May along, make sure you got supplies. And at that point, we'll go through the travel rules and make you guys actually do a test for how you're going to go and when you actually leave out on the wasteland using those Winter of Adam rules. Keep in mind, it is winter at the moment as well in our little part of Colorado, so that may add some difficulties to some longer treks, those sorts of things. So you're gonna have to think about where you're going, how you're gonna get there, and what you're going to do. So
can I ask you, just real quick off the top of your head, how long did it take you to think up all of these quest names?
The names?
Do you want to read them out for fans at home?
On amount of time is how long it took. Yes. I spent a good amount of time last night doing it, in fact. So the quests that the gang have available here are of these 4. Law and Boulder help the sheriff's department bring law and order back to Boulder City. Amber
Dunk.
Waves of Razor Grain negotiate a deal for food with New Pueblo. Positioned missionaries bring medical supplies from the followers of the apocalypse to New Canaan. And 4 heads are better than 1. Clint went missing, tracking Wild Brahmin, find him, and maybe another cow. So you have a list of quests here, as well as some things that the town really needs to get done. Number 1 is the food situation, and number 2 is the housing situation, and not necessarily in that order. Popping up on the screen now is the Longmount character sheet. The numbers at the top are a little more, pay less attention to those. We're going to do it a little bit more abstract rather than counting fucking numbers on a live show. It's annoying. So right now, for the things that you have across the board, your people is about 150, call it, with you folks included. Your food is currently no. Your water is currently yes, because you negotiated a trade deal in season 1 with Trader Joe. So it's currently, you got water. Power is currently 2 thumbs, because you got a fucking nuclear reactor that you fixed up in season 1 as well. And defense is kind of here right now. You got a couple machine gun turrets and a decent gate made up of old shipping containers with some sort of perches up top for snipey boys to do their thing. That's pretty much your situation at the moment. The housing thing is the beds is where we're at there. Beds is currently probably here.
Double no.
Double no. It's probably your least resourced thing is comfort and places to just keep people out of the fucking radiation snow. And then food is coming up close behind that one.
I already sorted my thing. MacArthur's working on houses, so that's my jam.
Okay, cool. So in that case, this is it, boys. Discuss, plan, formulate. You can send folks out on hunting parters. Exactly. If you have questions, please do ask them about any of the quests. And it's time for my favorite words in roleplay gaming. What do you want to do?
How do you want to do this?
No, not how do you want to do this. I'm not giving you that much power right off the top. What do you want to do? And questions about quests, maybe, if anyone would like to know what's going on. Because, and the fucking extras just keep coming, because you also have the world map that we fucked around with. In Quiet Year, prelude to this season.
Where's the 4 heads are better than 1 mission located?
That's where I was leaning to. I would like to get Clint back.
I think that and getting the food are kind of complementary. Like, we start a new trade route, but we need a new cow to run the route.
Hey, there's a thought.
Hey.
Yeah,
look at you.
If you have the resource of a Brahmin doing the run consistently, you would be able to get more.
Look at the big brain on John.
People gotta eat, right?
So, yeah, interested in knowing kind of area where Clint went missing. I'm interested in if there's any information about the followers of the apocalypse. Like, they have medical supplies, but they don't have the capacity to haul.
Correct.
And why do the new Canaanites need medical supplies? Are they okay? I don't think we do that first, but
sure.
Curious.
What you know, and Bert actually, and this is where we can kind of jump back and forth between the role play.
Yep.
See, you guys are getting it. It's good.
You guys are so cute. We never just do this.
Bert sort of chimes in when you start asking about that contract. That's one of the newer ones. Just came through just a day ago. I was finally able to clean up the signal, but it seems these followers of the apocalypse types, they're coming down from the north. They don't really have the capacity to. They don't have the travel, but they got the goods. And it seems that whatever these new Canaanites, wherever that is, beats me. There's people are awfully sick. Something's happening with some sort of disease or something. You'll remember in the quiet year, there was a disease that was spreading through New Canaan, and it was impacting the fertility of people. So there was folks dying, and they were having trouble, and the Mormons were having trouble repopulating. Go figure.
I think at this point you'll chime in and say they exist in what used to be Utah, around Salt Lake City.
Yeah, from what I would gather from these followers types, they have their own stash of supplies up north, but no way to get them through the Rockies and over into this New Canaan place. So they want to help, apparently, which seems odd to me for a wasteland like this. You will know that, well, actually, you probably won't know, but maybe Yuri would know, that the followers of the apocalypse are, like, super altruistic.
Yeah, I've been to New Vegas.
Yeah.
I know about them.
Yeah, they're
good. They're good folk.
They're good folks. They're trying to take care of folks. They free healthcare, a bunch of hippies.
Bunch of fucking pinko commies.
Bunch of pinko commies. So apparently they have some medical supplies which could maybe help the New Canaanites, but just no way to get them there. So you would actually have to go to where they're at, get the stuff, and bring it to New Canaan, which is not a close trek. It's probably the farthest one on the list.
So it seems to me like we would maybe go find Clint, get another Brahmin, and then head to New Pueblo and bring home some chow. That's kind of what I'm leaning.
Bingo.
Yeah. You're reading my mail.
We're
What are you
doubling
thinking?
up quests. You guys are gonna have to, it's gonna be so annoying. You're gonna have those two markers on different sides of the map, and you're not gonna remember which one you're going to.
Yeah, where are we going to now?
Yeah, exactly. It's always just gonna be going like outside to another door, and like you go out, and then it tells you go back in.
Yeah.
Fucking
What?
Bethesda.
Now-
Bethesda.
Toilet.
Can we, in the settlement phase,
Yes,
get some of the locals to kind of help out?
for sure. Yes, absolutely.
Because I know housing people are doing, but like, are there like unassigned locals?
For sure. Yuri said that he's going to get MacArthur to go help out Titus and the gang with that project, which also makes kind of a lot of sense. The Anthony's Refuge folks, they're made up of a lot of former NCR and Legion folks, and MacArthur is a sort of de facto leader of a tribe of reformed NCR and Legion folks. So yeah, they chime in on that project and figure that with sort of without additional help, it probably would have taken probably a better part of a week to get this place up and running, but it looks like it'll take a couple of days.
We're raising barns.
So raising barns it's gonna help. It'll bring your housing situation from yeah to yeah. I love how we're doing. Or sorry, from yeah to yeah. There we go.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got this really intricate rating
It's
system.
very complicated.
Are you following me? We're here, yeah.
We're
right?
here.
We could be here, eh?
But you want to be here.
Okay.
Well, we want to be
You
here.
want to be here.
You want to be here. But
Here.
currently nothing is here. Well, power is here, actually. You got juice all goddamn day.
Give me that juice.
Which is something to think about. So, okay, so
Could-
we're thinking we're going to go maybe track down Clint and then see about getting some food. Carla pipes in there and says, yeah, from what we can figure from the few traders we've had running down to New Pueblo, their fields down there are just absolutely flowing with this razor grain, and we could use a lot of it. We could get bread, bacon. We could get all kinds of things on the go. At the very least, what's that?
There goes the baker with his tray. Never mind.
There you go. Yeah. Hell, I could even start getting some of this fermented. We could get some. It could turn into a little
hell
side business
yes.
for us here. So, and as she's saying that, she says, "Well, I don't know if they're going to be just offering out for free." Which is something you guys will have to think about. What are your resources that you have? Something that you might be able to trade, not just in this sort of situation, but in general out there in the wasteland. If you're going to be wheeling and dealing, what do you got that you might be able to hook them up with? You know what I mean?
So I've got two ideas for the group's discussion. One is we have a ton of power. I wonder if we could hook up some way to like boost the radio to sort of get more buzz going about trade is the first idea. And the second one is
that could
we
be
got
Bert's project, yeah, if you
Get
want.
Yeah.
word out. Start
Get more word out.
broadcasting on
Yeah.
it rather than
General
just,
store's fucking open, boys.
rather than just
Yeah.
combing for
General store.
signals.
yeah,
Store.
totally. Could we do that? Should we
Absolutely.
kind of get this power going through the radio?
Yeah.
Is that what you're gonna? That's your person's project?
That's amazing. Bert
That's
works-
I will help Bert do that because I'm all repairy. I'm super repairman, so I can try to hook that up.
works on radio boost and then in the meantime, when you guys are out and adventuring, he'll work on a commercial.
Oh
Yeah.
my God! Yes, please. Oh my God! Can we create an in-fiction LTC commercial for the show? I'm speaking out loud. We're show planning right now. Never mind.
Yeah.
Never mind.
Can you knock it off, man?
Oh, shut the fuck up!
Hey, do you want to
Ruin the
shut up?
surprise.
I'll help him with that. Is what I'll do when we're not on mission. I'll help him boost his radio.
Cool.
Hey, what if you shut the fuck up?
I like that a lot. So we got folks working on getting some housing going. We got some folks working on spreading the word / making the radio just generally better. Jonathan Cap, what is what you're looking around? What do you think needs doing?
John wants to help with the radio project. He wants to, like, if we need a thing, he wants to go get the thing. If we need a manual or like expertise, he wants to go find that person and or document. He's in it to win it
Okay. Yeah.
for the radio project.
We want that radio on the go. Ooh,
The radio brings jobs. Jobs brings
jobs.
purpose.
I like it.
Laser focused.
Okay, we're working on it. Okay.
For the first time in his life, he has a clarity of thought.
Yeah.
One thing too, this isn't like a job per se, but like I love reading the chat. So George Keith saying we got the manpower, they have the razor grain. What if we asked people to help us by going and helping them harvest?
So one of the things
We do have people.
one of the things
But,
you could
yeah.
offer would be the labor to harvest.
Yeah, bring
Their
10 people or
crops.
something. We do some harvesting.
Absolutely. Okay, I love this.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. That's
We
an
have a
option.
plan. I just don't want us to be like Excel spreadsheet RPG.
No,
I
this
love
is-
this. No, yeah, 100%.
Perfecto. You guys got it exactly on the nose. You got a couple
Love
things
that
you're doing,
idea.
making it happen. As we fade off from the chit chat happening here, as you guys
Overseer, may I? Sorry.
Sure. Yes, please.
Yuri kind of speaks up. He says, one last point of business I have for you all. I'm sorry that it's taken me so long for this. And he stands up and he like kind of Jean-Luc's his petticoat, his waistcoat,
He
And
does it
says,
all the time.
and says, I am so utterly grateful for everyone here around this table. Not only would I have not survived without you, but I would not have everything that I am today. And it has been a pleasure to work alongside of you and serve you as best I can. And he opens up his ledger and he pulls out a stack of papers and he says, there are no laws per se, so this is more of a gesture than anything. And he hands out to everyone around the table hand calligraphied stocks, and he says, we are now all equal members and have equal shares of the Longmount Trading Company. You are officially all co-owners of this establishment. And I hand out all of their shares, their stocks. We are all now equal partners in this business.
Well, goddamn.
You see Yuri kind of get welled up a little bit and said, you have made an old ghoul very, very happy and welcome.
Even the toughest roads can lead to the most beautiful views.
God, this is going to be a thing. This is going to be a thing.
Oh my god.
German Guns just looks up and says, I can trade this for booze. And
Oh
that's
my
where we're
God.
going to take our, we'll call it a 10-minute break here for the gang to have a quick bio break and for you folks as well and to stretch our legs. We'll jump back in at, what is that, 8:30, just before 8:30, 8:25 on West Coast time or Western time, Mountain time, and 10:25 on for our East Coast friends. So stick around. We're going to take a quick break, and we'll be right back as the gang gets ready to head out on their first quest. Stay tuned. We'll be back. Bye. As the vault door begins to swing, it opens on this nonsense, which is our faces, talking
Hi!
to you, hello, on the internet. Welcome back. We are back here with the second half, not half, maybe quarter, a third, whatever it is, of our debut episode of Season 3 of Fistful of Neutrons, The Ghoul, The Bad, and The Ugly. Thank you all for tuning in today. It's super good to see all you in. I see that Craspu has joined in and caught up to the rest of the episode by watching on 1.75 speed. So you're back, you're caught up to speed. Well done. That is dedication to the cause right there. We got Corbin Bear in the chat, George Keith, Fumbles, Scott Pfeiffer was hanging out with us for a bit. It's good to see all of you folks, new and old, chiming in. If you're hanging out and just lurking in the chat, as we know some of you do, hello, it's nice to see you there, or not see you there as well. But we're coming back into it now, where the gang has just had their first Caravan meeting and gotten themselves a little bit of stock in the Caravan, as well as started to get down to work on some projects around town that need doing. You've also gotten down and decided on some of the quests, from the job board that you're going to tackle, specifically trying to track down Clint and on his wild Brahmin chase, and heading down south to New Pueblo to go make contact with the folks there and see about maybe getting a deal going for some food. Now, let's go on over to this radio tower business here now, where we find John Cap, and the rifleman giving one Mr. Burton Ernie a hand. Let's go ahead and roll some dice here while we're doing some
might as well.
stuff. Bert's he's looking at the power station. He's got this big ass cable run from the nuclear reactor over to sort of the radio tower sort of area. It's all in his workshop, but he's just sort of like strung this like massive fucking bundle of cables across. And he's got his goggles on, and he's doing his thing with the radio tower. And Rifleman, why don't you go ahead and give? Actually, why don't you both go ahead and give me a? Let's go science plus repair on this one. Difficulty. You know what I'm going to say? I'm going to say the amount of successes you gain will determine what you learn about the situation.
Science plus repair, double skill.
Oh, sorry.
No, that works. Repair. Okay, sounds good. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to reverse hook up the semi capacitor to the. I didn't look these ones up, and here we go. Ooh. Okay, not too bad. So that's 3 successes.
Yes, you got a critical in there,
and a crit.
Target number is a 5.
Okay.
Not great.
I love your dice. Those are crazy. Oh my god!
He really did it.
Nailed it.
Really did it. I know this thing very well.
Did we just turn this radio into a satellite dish?
Yeah.
Well, you guys, what you did is you've sort of scoped out the situation and what you think you can do with this. Rifleman, between sort of your just mechanical knowledge of just stuff in general, plus getting to know this power armor frame that you now live in, and John, for you, the working with the time you spent underground at the Children of Adam compound,
when you were unfathomably high.
That one series of times
where you got super high for a couple of days down there, and it was a whole thing. But yes, you learned a couple of things about sort of nuclear fission, nuclear reactor. You just sort of picked up some stuff because you're just living in the fucking radiation palace for 6 months or whatever it was. So sort of between that and just Grant's knowledge and what Bert's doing, you guys are able to sort of suss out that you're not able to just like plug in the power and make it better, but you can figure out that you could do such a thing to expand its range. You don't necessarily have the parts on hand. Bert, it's basically, a lot of uncommon materials from a game mechanics standpoint that you don't quite have enough to really juice this thing up to the realm that you're thinking, Grant. But what you are able to do with those sort of spectacular rolls is you are able to sort of clean up the signal of stuff that you were already getting. So some of these channels that Bert was like just picking up, like, starts actually getting signal coming through them now. So
Nice.
it's not so much like you've expanded the range, but you've just boosted the efficiency of what you already have. Now, that said, he does sort of, with your combined three heads knowledge here, says, well, there is a, if we had a, I guess what in the old days would be like called like a repeater. It's not so much something that we would, build here to juice our signal out, but now that I'm thinking about it, we could set up another tower further out in the wasteland that could take our signal and then expand and ping it off further that away. So it's not quite the same thing, but it would get the same job sort of done. I'm kind of working with as much as I got here without getting a whole new transmitter and receiver, which would be another way to do it, getting a more high-powered receiver.
Well, you're saying if we had another tower out there, it would double your signal range because that tower would then broadcast and go further.
Now you're getting it.
Do you
Send
know
our
of
signal
tower
to that
we
tower, and
head
that
to?
tower sends it out.
I look over at John Cap and sort of like, yeah, we could do that.
Okay,
just
all right.
point
Well,
us in the direction and we'll head out.
For sure. He, you guys start like building some diagrams of like how you would get this sort of thing done, and he hits you with a list of supplies that I
Okay.
will come up with at a later date that you will need to find to do this.
Flux
It's
capacitor.
Lies, motherfucker.
exactly. It's supplies, motherfucker. Yeah, it's some fucking MacGuffin-y shit, and a power coil and
A transducer.
and
Gotta
you
have a
reverse the
transducer.
polarity. There's a handful of things that they don't need to
Cool.
to basically repeat this signal. But if
We're
you're
building an
able-
internet.
building an internet or an intranet. But yeah, if you're able to get the goods, he can then get folks to build this tower out in the wasteland. So it wouldn't be you guys actually building it, which you could help with if you wanted to. But if you go get the stuff, he can build a repeater. Or
We
get
can look.
folks-
We can look for the stuff while we're out
Hell yeah,
for sure.
Hell yeah.
absolutely. So,
Sorry, he can build a what?
but what? Repeater.
Sorry, one more time.
Repeater?
Eh.
Do you want me to say another phrase there, Yuri? I'll say another phrase.
No, we're good. We're moving on. Okay, list. And yes, George Keith, the list does contain a pristine Nokia flip phone.
Oh, we had one and we just
They only,
Right.
exist, they only exist in pristine conditions. They only exist in that one condition.
Yeah, but yeah, so like he gives you like a couple specific parts, like a I don't know, radio stuff, a dish,
Yeah. Yeah.
receiver, like CB radio, and also
Totally.
lists down just like a list of like stuff that like if you get to, if you see anything, communications, radio,
Yeah.
any sort of high tech,
Long runs of copper
computers,
wire.
Common and uncommon materials.
common and uncommon materials. He's gonna need a lot of
Corded
uncommon for this
Yeah.
one. Now,
Okay.
something you can think about too is that when you're out there scavenging, these are things that you can be thinking about that you're trying to get. So the good news is, it seems like Bert's going to be able to get some new contracts out of this radio deal. So thumbs up, and you'll be able to do some repeating. Should you get the parts. Yuri,
Cool.
what have you been up to while these guys have been jury rigging the radio?
Oh, I think I have gone to speak with MacArthur and Titus, since that was my project. I think I'll swing by them and kind of update Titus on what we talked about in the meeting and our plan, what we're about to do, and just kind of fill him in. Like, can't get you building materials right now, but I will actually, if you have any free hands, anyone who is not currently preoccupied from Anthony's refuge, and they would like to accompany us, we are going to head out pretty quickly here to where are we going? New Pueblo? To New Pueblo. Hopefully, we can work out a deal with them to harvest some razor grain for sale on commission, or perhaps work out some sort of trade agreement with them.
Indentured servitude.
Yeah, a new slavery. Just kidding. A slaver is a dead fucking slaver.
We're not getting into business.
Yeah, no. It didn't work out so well for the Legion. So I think that's kind of the thing. I'm gonna try to like recruit some people, some labor that we can, take with us out there to harvest some grain.
I like that. He definitely says that, like, yeah, absolutely. We've got folks we could set out to, with farming experience for sure. We could lend some hands.
I think at this, I'm also, while we're having a talk, I'm kind of down, or not down, but like, Romulus is there, and giving Romulus
is there.
Given some pets, some doggo pets.
The second bestest girl in the wasteland. Yes, indeed.
Yeah.
He's got his former Legion mongrel at his side at all times. The just so I got it clear. Now you're thinking, you want to take folks with you now.
Or maybe not. Like, I'm just kind of trying to set some wheels in motion. We don't have to take them with us now. I'm just saying, like, they're capable. They traveled from Kansas fucking here. They can walk up the road and whatever, but like, just planting some seeds, which will then grow into plants.
He's whatever you guys want to do, he's down. If you need hands to go do some stuff, Titus says he rounds up at least 10 volunteers who would either move off of this project and go and do that. It's less mouths to feed here, less bodies here, so it all kind of balances out. You're getting more food. There's less folks actually staying here to go work over there. It works. He sees the logic in it. He's down.
All right, cool. 100%. I didn't even have to roll for that. So
that just makes sense. That's good.
That's just good business. So I think this.
Yeah, he's on your side. He's looking good. 100%. He says, if you guys if they strike a deal for labor for food, we'll help out.
I kind of cock an eyebrow at him and say, Romulus here, is she still of healthy age? I know that you're very good with the animals. I might have a project down the road that she would be absolutely ideal for.
Oh, she's still in good shape. She's getting a little on in years, but she's a working dog.
We're going to need many more of them around in the future, if you catch my drift.
Oh, you're talking about a little multiplication.
I think that we have a very fine stud stock as well here in town. So I'm not saying, I'm just saying.
Thinking about a puppy mill. Okay.
No, not a puppy mill. Not a
way.
Actually, you know what? I do kind of want to roll on this. Can I roll on this? Can I see?
Yeah, this I think you're gonna have to give me a persuasion
roll for dog
test here. Give me a charisma speech test. Roll for
dog. Okay, so it is a.
I'm gonna make this a difficulty 2 test. I know charisma's not your strong suit.
Shit. That's too many dice. Hold on a second. I accidentally almost rolled 20 2d20s. It is a target number of 8, so not amazing. No. But I'm gonna roll these dice and see, like, we're gonna need guard dogs.
He's not opposed to it, but he's kind of taken aback by, like,
yeah, the forwardness of, hey, can I have
Can I breed your dog?
Can I breed? Not me personally.
Wait.
Roll the dice.
7. Oh no! It's a target number of 8. Double success.
Hey.
Charisma is 5.
Yeah.
Speech is 3.
Oh, you
That's
just,
8.
you just didn't roll on your character sheet, so it didn't show the things. Yeah, no, you did it.
Okay.
Yep, those dogs
Yeah.
are fucking right now. No.
No, that would have been a critical. That would have been a critical success.
He looks and says, yeah, no, that's okay. Yeah, you know what? It makes a lot of sense. She's she's had a couple litters in the past, and yeah, a couple more working dogs could really come along. Well, yeah, well, maybe it's time we finally introduce her. She's not usually too good with other pooches, but maybe we could make something work.
Thank you. I appreciate you entertaining the thought.
Yuri just freaking out other characters' dogs.
And then I'm just gonna go back and start getting geared up for our adventure here. That's kind of all I.
Indeed, I like that. In fact, so yes, and that is where we will come up to now, which is the getting readying to go. I'll say this is it. We're all at the Caravan office after our multitude of jobs. It's getting into the evening now. There wasn't sort of any sort of big push for you guys to like get the fuck out there today kind of thing. So you'll be leaving in the morning sort of deal. Evening now, snow falling down inside the barn with the light going. You see people's breath. And in fact, you are all a little bit bundled up because it is cold, which is a thing that you're going to have to think about on this trek. So, thinking about your journey, Carla comes down. Says, "Well, I was talking to some of the other stable hands. They were saying that Clint's sort of general direction was going to be to the south. And in fact, I'll pull up the season map right there, and I'll pull it up for myself so I can see it. Well, you might not like exactly how far south. I mean, if you guys are going to New Pueblo one way or another, probably gonna have to go through Dogtown.
There's dogs there.
There are dogs there. There are more dogs for you there.
Yuri.
First off, I would like to quell the thought that I am a dog pimp. I just want...
Nope.
He's merchant of dogs.
Dog.
Okay. Yeah. It's good.
Nicolas Cage in Lord of Dogs.
The lust of the dog meat.
Yeah. So essentially, more or less down the road, past Dogtown, but a little bit to the what I guess it is the west of the map. So sort of on the western edge of Dogtown proper. So you could sort of skirt around it, and you're also not traveling with a giant, massive hauling tanker truck like you were the last time you were going through Dogtown. So you do have options to potentially be a little bit more stealthy, as it were. And this is kind of where you guys get to really have some fair game. How do you want to go to New Pueblo? Are you taking a NOLA? Are you?
No, I think if this
up?
is just, if this is like a travel, like we're not trying to establish a route. We're going to rescue somebody. I don't want to really take a NOLA May with us on this one.
So I would counter and say that if we could kill two birds with one stone, bring some labor with us, get a NOLA down. Like travel in the winter is going to take a while. And it's not super, like I wouldn't want to send 10 people without us down to New Pueblo to help them get grain into our, because we also we're trying to go get food.
Yeah.
If we can find Clint, find a Brahmin on the way, bring them to New Pueblo. We're already there. We got the labor. We got now 3 Brahmin.
All the birds stoned at once.
I want to get a bunch of stone birds.
All right.
More than one time.
Yeah. Then Yuri didn't say that, and in fact is in the LTC.
Yuri, just shut the hell up.
Oh my God!
Shut
Surprise
the fuck
Bulette stuck between a dog and a hard place. That has to be the mini quest.
That's the name of the episode.
God damn it!
That's the name of this episode. Yeah. 100%.
Stuck between a dog and a hard place. Get fucked, everyone. I quit the show.
Get out of here, man.
Okay, yes.
Nobody made you do this.
Nobody
man.
made you try to fuck 2 dogs.
Oh my god, you're like relentless with this dog thing. And now we're going to dog
Demonetized.
down.
Moving on. Okay.
Yeah, no, I'm
So-
gearing Enola up in. You know what? She's got an old horse blanket that I've sort of repurposed, sewn together,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
I'm getting her geared up for winter travel. This ain't our first fucking rodeo. I've been around.
You put one of those blankets over, you know.
It's fine.
Yeah,
fine.
no, I like that. Okay, so we're gonna go with this is a full-on caravan run. We're not going on a meet cute. We're going on a caravan run.
We're gonna go get Clint, get his drunk ass out of fucking Boulder City, or wherever the fuck.
Yeah.
If
Do we
that's
have
where he is.
brahmin armor? Does Enola have armor?
Not yet.
No, she doesn't have armor as such, but she does have. You do have the closest thing, I guess. You have like a cart that sort of hooks up onto her at the back of a picker-up truck that's been sort of cut and put on the sides with some big posts and can work as a cart for her. So so she's not armored per se. She's not necessarily
Yet.
tough.
We're
yes.
putting that in the. We're tabling
Trust me. Armored Brahmin, armored fucking tanks is where I'm going with this thing.
Very good, very good. So, well then in that case, it is going to be a potentially more janky journey for you. So you say you want to take how many folks from
I think the 10.
gonna be
10
10
volunteered.
10
Yeah.
able-bodied workers. Love it. Okay. So you can,
The 3 of us, obviously,
Mhm.
and Guns. I think Guns comes with us, doesn't he?
you can bring a there's another fun mechanic that I wanted to introduce into this season is that you get to pick a companion, much like the Fallout games, to come
Guns.
along from you from
Final answer.
town. Guns.
Yeah, Pedro's obviously coming with us.
Guns
Yeah,
is coming
Guns.
along for the ride.
Guns coming.
Fantastic.
Because he came on that water. He came on the water run with us, didn't
He
he?
did.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah, and someone accidentally shot him. I think,
like a bunch.
if memory serves.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, he saddles up. He's got the junk jet ready to rock and roll with a scalaboard tucked into his back there. So yeah, he's ready to go. So a squad of 14 plus a Brahmin looks like to be the folks who are going to be going along with this. Now, New Pueblo is sort of the goal of this train one way or another, regardless of what happens of Clint, if my understanding is correct. So how dost thou want to get there? Keep in mind, it is winter time, so the roads, post-apocalyptic roads aren't in great condition, but it also means going off-road, as you guys have done, sometimes to stay out of the line of fire, may not be the easiest thing in the world, with a Brahmin and a whole whack of people.
And a
Not
cart and all that.
impossible,
Yeah.
but it could add to some complications on your trip and just make your actual test to do this trip harder.
May I grant, Rifleman? Here's what Yuri's thinking. Listen, this isn't our first rodeo. We know what we're doing. You are more than capable with a gun. John is much more capable than when he left here. And eventually we're going to have to secure safe lines through Dogtown anyway. I say we flathead through Dogtown down to New Pueblo if possible. Yeah, I think Gary's done pissing around. I think he feels secure. Like Longmount is established. We've been through some shit.
Yep.
We can shoot some fucking dogs.
You've done this run once before.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
In under 3 parsecs.
In under 3 parsecs.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yep.
Yeah,
100%.
for sure.
Okay, so it's going.
You don't want to run that one by anyone, John or George? Nah, it's fine. You don't want to fact check any of this script? No, parsecs. Cool.
It makes sense because the Kessel Run changes all the time.
Yeah, of course, the
Black
Kessel
Wolves-
Run because the wormholes. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, they definitely didn't just write that in after the fact to make it make sense. Not the point. Point is, so what we're doing is that
Welcome to our Star Wars podcast.
there were three speeds of which you can choose
Yep.
to journey on a on a trek such as this in the fall
All
of
it has
Winter of
speed.
Adam rules. I'm going to go ahead. That hurried is probably the one that you've chosen
That's the
as your
one.
fastest mode of transportation.
Yeah.
So what that does do is it does increase your complication range
Okay.
from basically if you roll on this test, if you roll a 17 or higher, things are going to get tangly. So it increases your complication range, and I actually love that for us. Fantastic.
Yeah.
You would.
Next thing to choose and to think about, or another thing to think about, is who's going to be leading this train as we go. Who's going to be sort of the navigator, as it's called in the rules?
Yeah, I think Yuri is
Yuri.
Yuri.
probably the logical choice.
Enola's Enola and Yuri. It's like
It's the whole thing.
it's
It's
the whole
the
thing.
whole thing. It's
Butter and
right,
jelly. Yeah.
right there on the tin.
Perfect. Okay, so it will be a survival test that you will have to do with that when once we do go out into the wastes. The difficulty of this itself is going to be I'm going to not set it too high, but yeah, you guys have done this route before. You're familiar with the area. You've got a decent idea of where Clint kind of headed. So I'm going to put it only at a difficulty 3 when we actually go to make this test. So not too shabby. Now, as far as weapons and the like, is there anything, items that you don't have now that you want to bring with you when you go? What, thinking about the cold, any sort of those things that, you don't already have that you want to think about?
Gentlemen, boys.
warm
Medical
clothing.
supplies. I think it's safe to say you've all got a winter sort of bundled jacket on. It's not great, but it's getting the job done. And of course, John's is leather, I'm sure.
I'm going to spend all of the 40 caps that I have
Okay.
and make sure that the 10 laborers have like heavy duty coats and boots.
Okay.
Yeah, I was going to
So-
say my concern would be number 1 for the warmth of the laborers,
Sure.
and number 2 because the LTC takes care of its fucking staff. We take care of our fucking staff
I
here.
like this. Yep.
They can unionize all they want. We don't give a fuck. And I was going to say, John, you're living out on Old Man. What was his fucking name?
Tom.
Tater
You're
Tom's
living-
Tater
you're-
Farm.
You're living out on Tater Tom's Tato Farm. That is so hard to say.
Tater Tom's Tater Bomb. Come on down to Tater Tom.
A Russian accent, yeah.
Yeah. Are you? Does he have any spare tools laying around that we could perhaps borrow
Yeah, some farming tools.
for the harvest?
Yeah, I figured he's probably got a few lying around.
Fucking A. I love that. Not going to make any tests. You guys just took a random NPC created out of thin air.
Tater Tom.
Tater
And
Tom.
And I love him.
integral to this quest.
And
Yeah,
if
so I
anything
think
ever happened to
I
him,
think we're gonna send John out to get some tools from his landlord / friend, maybe.
Sure.
Tato Tom.
bud.
Okay, yeah.
Yep. 100%. Not gonna make you roll for it. That happens. John goes over and asks Tater Tom for some whatever he's got. Gets a couple of.
This
fucking
always
rakes.
happens to us.
Some rakes,
We always
some
create a
scythes.
fucking NPC who just becomes like key and
Pivotal
integral,
to the
and
story.
now it's gonna be fucking. This season is gonna be Tater Tom.
Oh, what do we name that farmer? Oh, Tater Tom.
Oh, you mean Tater Tom?
Oh, he's talking about Tater Tom from episode 1.
Yeah, 100%. And I'll say you work out. Actually, we are going to do a roll for this. You work out a deal where he'll give me a difficulty, just a difficulty 1 charisma barter test, and if you pass, the caravan will owe him 10 caps per load, and if you fail, it'll be 20.
Okay. Charisma barter. Here we go. Target number is 9.
Oh,
These dice are
move the map off the
gnarled.
screen.
Whoa. That's
Yep.
Yeah,
dose.
that's a big yes.
Yeah, you do it. Yeah, 100%.
Dose success
You get the tools at a discounted rate from Tater Tom. Well friggin' done. Yeah, you head back with an armful of.
The conversation is like, Tom, need to borrow some tools, Tom.
Yeah, what you need, John? And he goes to like this like case of guns because he thinks that like those are your tools.
No, we need literal farming implements. We're going to do farming work. We need some tools.
And at that he like gets up and like as serious as you were putting all your guns on in the morning, he gets up, grabs like a rake and a shovel. two fucking garden spades go in like fucking Deadpool knives in his back. Yeah, 100%.
Baby knife.
Baby knife. Yeah, he gives you all that shit. And yeah.
And we work out our deal.
Yeah.
Pleasure,
100%.
Tom. And shakes his hand.
John.
Anytime, John. I don't
Love
know
this
why I typed
dynamic.
like this.
Love this because that's how fucking farmers talk.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, so you guys loan up Anola's cart, hook it up. She's got some winter stuff on. Yeah, Grant, you spend the few caps we rolled for before the game to get the folks some clothes. And I think it's fair to say that like if this deal works out, you'll get recompensated from the caravan. Yeah. Any money you put into the business will come
You claim expenses and the accountant, whoever that might be.
Yeah, it's going to be me. So, yeah, exactly. So, fantastic. You guys get all loaded up. The night comes and goes. You're ready to go. It is the morning. It is the day. There is a fucking electric buzz in town. Everyone's super stoked. Like, the word is spread throughout the night that, like, like, finally going down past Dogtown. Like, nobody's gone past Dogtown in fucking forever. It's like, boom. This is like the Pinta and the Santa Maria and all that shit's, like, setting off. Like, did you hear? It's happening. They're doing it. So the whole town comes out. And it's happening. The whole town.
They come out in their hats and nice clothes to wave us off.
Yeah, it's exactly that. It's the Titanic leaving town. You've got Titus,
Don't love that analogy.
Extra,
right.
read
Yeah,
all
sorry.
about it.
Yeah. Titus comes. He's got a stock of what look like very hardy reformed legionaries that he vouches for and says will be more than happy and willing to put some hard work in down on the farms. And the crowd sets off. Dookie Boy runs up.
Looking tired.
What's that?
Dookie Boy and Titus's dog looking tired.
Late night. Never mind.
No, not yet. But as he does run out to greet you, he does give a quick little look back, make sure that his bandana's in good shape, and then puffs up and runs out the door. So maybe that introduction may have happened yet, but who's to say how it went? And I ain't role playing it, I'll tell you that much. But
you don't want to role play? Two dogs making sweet dog love?
nope.
Shut it down.
Heads out into
Caravan.
the wasteland, and I'm going to get you guys. It's a winter road. Fucking everything's fun. It's a little difficult to get going, but everyone's champing at the bit. It is time for that roll. So it's going to be a difficulty. Well, what did I say? 3?
3. You said 3,
Difficulty 3. Survival plus what's the other attribute?
I think it's intelligence.
Endurance.
It is endurance.
Endurance.
It is endurance plus survival.
It is endurance.
Ooh, I was hoping that it was intelligence. My endurance is not great.
And normally, I would say we would be able to, chit chat around.
Well,
the
but this
test.
is in the rules.
Even in this case, it's all negotiable. But I am gonna say it is endurance survival specifically because of the winter
It's cold,
and the fucking breakneck speed that you guys are trying to get at. Because now this snow isn't always radioactive, but it also isn't always non-radioactive. So something to keep in mind as well. So difficulty 3, endurance survival. Action points. You want to do anything with them?
Do I have? Yeah. Do I have any? Do we have any?
You do. There's only been none spent at the moment. So you've got 3 in the pool.
I'll buy all the dice I can.
Might as well. That's 2 extra dice onto your test.
Okay, perfect. It has been a literal year since I've had to roll as a character. Okay, so
In your sheet.
yes, endurance. I have endurance checked. I have survival. How do I add more dice to this?
Just roll it twice. You're doing 4 dice.
Okay.
When you hold it, you can right click and it'll add one or modifier bottom left. But no.
Oh shit!
Oh
Shit!
my
just
God.
take the first 2.
Well, you did it.
I did
There
it.
you go.
I did it. I did it very good. I did it very good.
You gone, done, did it. So the test is passed. No complications as you start barreling your way out of
Nice.
town. The
You
roads,
still got it.
roads are not great, but
Still
Anola
got
is trucking along, and you guys are doing your best to sort of clear shit out of the way.
I'll walk in front of Enola.
As you go. Fantastic. You guys are barreling down the highway. Good tests, no unforeseen complications, but you're not out of the woods yet because we're going to need that D100, Raj, and we're going to need
the
So we got
dice
a
of destiny.
New 100 random fucking encounters for this season.
Let's see
go.
that bad boy. Oh, there it
There
is.
it is.
That's a dice of destiny, everybody.
There she is. The dice of destiny.
Dice
All
of
right.
Destiny.
Are you
Let's
ready for
see.
this?
I'm ready. I don't know. We're going to find out.
37.
Good number.
37.
Is that a prime number? Think it is.
37. Hold your horses while I
Feels like a
consult.
prime number.
Hold your Brahmin.
Then hold
it.
Uh-oh.
Interesting indeed.
It is a prime number.
As the gang gets going, this whole trek, in total is going to take a couple of days, probably the better part of a week there and back. Just to get to Dogtown is going to take at least a night's overnight camp, given the condition of the roads. As you settle in to the night, the snow, ash, whatever you want to call it, starts coming down harder in the nighttime hours. As you guys are traveling, where would you kind of, what would you be looking for as far as shelter to stay the night?
Like rocky, like solid cave type
Yeah, like
shelter,
Or,
something that
or
we can
highway
go-
overpasses.
I was gonna say our highway overpasses. Yeah, we've got a large
Bridges.
group, so like I don't want, and also I would not want to be like enclosed in with like animals and so many people and stuff. So
Sure.
yeah,
Overpass works.
yeah.
I kind of like, take a little column A, a little column B. There's like a craggy sort of outcropping where this one road goes, and there's a sort of another road that goes above it. So it's got sort of rocks on the 2 sides, and then the concrete bridge over top. It's not a long bridge. It's probably only like, I don't know, 20 or 30 meters long over this span of road, but it's enough to get everyone sort of crammed in underneath into the shelter of the snow. The night weighs on, and it's hard to get to sleep. It's that cold camping fucking shit. Like, it's just tough. It's just hard. Nobody's getting a really good night's sleep. But Johnny in particular, you get up in the middle of the night to relieve yourself.
It's gonna take it that cold night piss.
That cold night piss, and as you're sort of staring out, you see sort of there's that sort of still that bright white lightness. How it's bright in the dark, and sometimes when it's snowing, so like you can see a decent amount, but the thickness of the snow coming down is making it hard to sort of make out anything in the snow. And as you're sort of sitting there doing your thing, writing John Cap in the snow, perhaps the
How much pee do you have?
An unbelievable amount of peace. It woke me from sleep.
he held it all day.
All day.
But as you sort of turn to head back to your back to your bedroll, you catch a glimpse of something move quickly across the road and turn back just in time to see a pair of eyes looking out at the dark and a hungry growl. And that's where we're gonna end for this
Oh,
episode.
man.
My money's on fucking Bear.
That's a Yaogwai, baby.
That's a
Bear.
Yaogwai.
Oh my goodness. Well, we'll see what it is
Oh, we'll
when we are
see.
back.
I hear you're
Oh
not
my
supposed to
God.
feed them.
2 weeks.
You
2
shouldn't
weeks
do it.
and 1 day's time because we're moving to Thursdays. Is the plan to be stable, the normal 2-week schedule from Fridays to Thursdays. I know we're on a Wednesday right now, but it's what we had to do schedule-wise. But now we are back on our 2-week run every other Thursday. So next show is gonna be 2 weeks time on the 12th of December, and then we're gonna be coming back again on Boxing Day for our Canadian viewers, or just the day after Christmas, I guess, for you American folks.
For
Those who
everybody
don't
else.
like fun, for
Hey, you get
our
Christmases. What's wrong with you?
Christmas special. Oh, we're doing another
Oh
holiday
yeah, Christmas special.
Christmas
Super fun.
special.
I got a couple ideas of what we're gonna do, but we won't spoil that yet. But we'll have one more canonical episode in this season before we do the fun little holiday show break there. So that'll be a ton of fun. So we're really excited to be back. This was a ton of fun. I hope you guys are enjoying this new sort of same but different sort of vibe that we've got going. And now that we're actually out in the wasteland, we're going to be getting back to some wild shenanigans. So thank you all so much for playing here today. And thank you all for watching this stupid little show that we do, because it's a ton of fun.
So much fun. We love you all. Thank
So
you
much.
so much for watching.
So much
Thanks for
fun.
tuning in.
We'll be back in 2 weeks' time, the 12th of December. Make sure, if you're going to be doing any of that Christmas shopping for your own Modifius presents to yourself or to any of the Modifius people you know, or if you know someone's going to buy you something, tell them to use that new code WGNR10, WGNR10, for 10% off all of their shit on the Modifius website. Because who doesn't love a deal? And it gets to help us out. So that's always fun. So thank you so much for watching. Thanks for tuning in. We'll be back. And bye-bye.
Bye everybody. Bye.
Bye.